Hello everybody and welcome to a story beside. Now this is a game by Wayward Prophet and he is the lovely gentleman who brought us World's Dawn. So I have myself a cup of chamomile tea and I would love it very much if you could join me for this story. Now this is in episodic form, so I'm going to be sitting here for basically as long as it takes to get it done. And then I'll probably just chop it up later into convenient chunks for you guys to peruse. So I'll either be adding little hellos and goodbyes afterwards, or you might find that there aren't any hellos and goodbyes, depending on how much extra effort I feel like putting into these. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely, lovely little story. And I'm, not that I've played it yet, but I've had a little test. And what I've seen so far has been lovely. So I hope that you guys will join me, and I hope you will also have a nice cup of tea or coffee or whatever beverage you like. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. Oh, restart from the beginning of the game, all save data will be deleted. That's what I want. Thank you.
Tiny twinkling pyre lights. We were meant to see them that night. Thousands upon thousands of them rushing into the sky like a great shining mist, surging with spirit and song, teeming like the sea. A spectacle we were to witness, painted across the sky in splendour. That's what the older folks were saying anyway. Sights like that, so achingly wondrous your breath catches in your throat and your heart forgets to beat. They tend to put me in a wistful sort of mind. I suppose that's what happened. I've come to the final chapter of my story and feel the need to justify it all. To make all the choices I've made mean something in the end. In the classic tales, it's simple, straightforward. Of course, the hero's life was worth living. He saved a kingdom, slew a dragon. But mine, it's a different sort of story. Not much there for the poets to fuss their pens over. I was just a girl, living in a quiet village on a quiet mountainside.
Okay, so that was beautiful, and I love that Irish accent. It's gorgeous. Okay, so this is Kelsey. This is Lyric's little friend. So, okay, Lyric. Now we're the heroes and you're the slime. Ready? You have to count down from 10. I don't know why I'm reaching for my mouse. This game, by the way, very good for people who, you know, if you don't want to use a ton of like keyboard presses and things like, of mouse and things like that. All you have to really press in this, it's kind of WASD a little bit. And enter or space. So it's really simple on the controls. It's very, very good for, you know, anybody who struggles to press a lot of things quickly and stuff. You've got all the time in the world. So anyway, Kelsey, now, Graham, Finn, let's hide. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Waiting all 10 seconds because we are honest. Lyric, I think, is an honest girl, so I believe, in my playthrough anyway, that we're going to go through as many honest routes as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you guys, if you want to pick the game up, you can try other options. What's this? A dragonberry. Miss Imelda makes the best pies with these. Take or leave? I'm going to take because it's just lying out in the woods. Like, that's free for taking, right? That's just foraging. I was just like picking up windfall apples or something. Or blackberries off a bush on the side of the road. They're so pretty, little glowy flowers. Okay, down here, I guess. Oh, my friend! Come back! Where'd she go? Oh, there's a bridge. Okay, is she up? What's this? Did she go inside the old hunting cabin? Doesn't she know there's a new villager moving in today? I guess that's where she went. Oh, I guess we'd follow her in. Kelsey! There you are. Lyric, what are you doing in here, Kelsey? The new villager is moving in today. We really shouldn't. Don't be such a goody two-shoes. I don't see him here right now, do you? No one will even notice if we peek around a little. Look at all this stuff. He's got old maps, fancy bottles, and... Whoa! A sword! It looks sharp too. I'm gonna say we should leave. We should leave. Come on, Kelsey. We shouldn't be in here. Don't be such a stick in the mud. We're not gonna get in trouble for being curious. Mother told me all about this new villager, of course. She said he's moving here all the way from River Mill. That's in the southeast. Is this him and his wife? She's sort of pretty, I guess. I wonder what happened to her. Mother said he's moving here alone. Such a gossip, Kelsey. Kelsey, he'll probably be back soon with another cart full of his things. We need to get out of here. Oh, how shiny. What a pretty necklace. How does it look on me? Mother says it's easy to be fooled, but I think this is a real sapphire. Look how it glitters. Put it back, Kelsey. Put the necklace back, Kelsey. I'm not kidding around. Oh, you're so boring. Here, you can put it back yourself. There's one thing. You have to take it from me first. Oh, Kelsey.
Martin was stubborn, stuck up, and self-centered.
Yep.
She also happened to be my best friend. You take what you get in a little town like Pyreside, better or worse.
I could have told you that was going to happen. What were you chasing me for, Lyric? You broke the fancy bottle. Oh, no. What are we going to do? You're the one that started it. I didn't even want to come here in the first place. Lyric reminds me of me when I was little. Like, I would always be like, should we really be doing that? Really? No, put it back. No. And then my friends would be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's get into trouble. And then I'd end up in trouble because they did stuff. So I totally get you, Lyric. I get you. Mostly because I'm doing the options, so I'm making it like me. Well, whatever. Let's get out of here, okay? You can admit that you started it later. Comment down below if you also used to get into trouble from your friends. Because they did stuff, and you didn't want to. Oh, dear. We got grumbled. Who are you? What are you doing in my cabin? I'm going to answer honestly. So you can pretty much, like with the dialogue choices, you can pretty much, I think, play with just space and the arrow keys. So again, just like 3 keys. Very simple game. And as I say, probably very good. Also, pretty much no time pressure. Very good if you're like I can get sometimes. I'm sitting there playing 7 Days to Die and my wrists are clicking all over the place. So it's nice sometimes to have a game that just has slightly easier controls. We live in the village. I'm Lyric, and this is my friend, Kelsey. We were just playing a game. And you decided to ransack my cabin. Well then, you steal anything? Break anything? Out with it. We were playing a game, that's all. And now we should get home before our parents start worrying. Oh, Kelsey. Your parents can wait. The 2 of you are going to stand right there while I make sure all my things are precisely where I left them. If either of you move a single step, I will know you're guilty. Well, we are guilty, but anyway. He'll notice that spill right away. What should we do? We should run for it. We should... Oh, we didn't even get to choose there. He was right back out. So, not content to break into my home, you decided to break open a bottle of my precious southern wine. Do you have any notion how far I've carried that bottle? What the taste of home might mean to me in this forsaken place? Everything I've been drowning in lately, and here comes a pair of snot-nosed children making it worse. Wonder what stars fallen from the sky to turn my luck so black. Huh? Dad? What are you doing here? And Graham? Pardon me, will you, Lyric? I'd like to speak with Mr. Byrne. Greetings to you, Byrne. Pleased to see you again. James, was it? Wish I could say the same. Your daughter and her friend have been causing me more than a little grief. I know what you lot are going to say. I know you're going to be like, lyrics, Dad. I know that's going to happen. Yes, I might have heard something about that. Graham, would you like to step forward and tell Mr. Byrne what you told me? Graham. Oh, he looks so cute. He looks like a little kind of Oliver Twist little dude. Well, except Oliver Twist was blonde in the film, at least. But he's got that look to him, that innocent little wide-eyed, cute little boy look. I was the one who broke into your house. I thought it'd be the perfect hiding spot. The others had nothing to do with it. When I heard you coming, I didn't want to get in trouble, so I ran away into the woods. Young Graham nearly barreled into me on the forest path, breathless and out of sorts. He confessed what he'd done almost immediately. If your story is true, boy, why were your friends inside when I arrived, and who broke my bottle of wine? Why don't you start from the beginning, Graham? I think we all need to hear the entire story. But you look so nervous. Okay, well, we were playing a game of heroes and slimes.
Sweet Graham done it. Charming, in a simple sort of way. Always thought he was so noble, falling on his sword to save us girls from a bit of trouble. Might have been keen on him, back in those days.
Oh, back in those days. I wonder what happened in the later days. So, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean any harm by it. Lyric heart. Is this true? Graham broke the bottle on his own, and you and Kelsey were simply helping him clean up? I trust you'll be honest with your father. I will be. I told you, Lyric is honest. Blame Kelsey. Kelsey deserves it. Kelsey was the one who broke the bottle. We were playing inside, and she knocked it over by accident. Graham's just trying to protect us. Lyric was chasing me, Mr. James. I kept telling her to stop, but she wouldn't listen. It wasn't my fault. Of course it wasn't your fault. Well, regardless of whose fault it was, all three of you are going to help Mr. Byrne clean up that spill. No, that isn't necessary. Just stay away from me and stay away from my things, all you rotten children. Grrr. I have trouble doing an angry voice. I'm sorry, okay? Snooping around at Mr. Byrne's things was inconsiderate and irresponsible. You should have more sense than that, all three of you. Lyric, come with me. Sounds like we need to chat about the importance of respecting our neighbours. Graham, Kelsey, back up to the village. I'll be telling your folks what happened here and I won't hear any arguments. But it was all Kelsey's fault. So this mess started with a harmless game of heroes and slimes? You and your friends running around the woods? Lyric heart. I know I'm usually the gentle pushover kind of parent, but I can't help but be a little bit disappointed with you at this time. Tell me, what is it you did wrong? Listen to Kelsey. Kelsey said it would be fine to look around the cabin a little. I shouldn't have listened to her. I'm sorry, Dad. Well, that's true. It's not the reason I'm disappointed. Suppose I'll just tell you then. You played an entire game of heroes and slimes and never once thought to ask your old man for advice. Champion hider I was back in the day. But I was the seeker, so that wouldn't have helped. Really? You're not upset with me? What need do I have to be upset? You made a mistake, you apologised, and you won't let it happen again. I trust you on that. Besides, it's clear. There are more important things I need to teach you. This way, heart. Secret hiding place. You won't find the perfect hiding spot with your eyes only. Move some brush, climb a tree. You gotta think outside the box. So this is actually teaching me a game mechanic, as well as father teaching daughter a secret hiding place. Dad, it's only a game. This is so fourth wall breaking, but in a really clever way. Thumbs up for this. This time, but what happens when the king behemoth gets loose in these woods and thinks a pretty little girl would make a tasty snack? Luckily, you've got your old man to show you all the secrets these trees have to hide. Come now, it's not much farther. Oh, beautiful big old tree. What's around it? What do you think, Hart? Your grandfather called it the mana tree. All those Pyre Lights certainly seem to like it. It's so big! Is this the tallest tree in the whole forest? It very well could be. The soil here in the mountains is dry and rocky, so most trees can only stretch their roots so deep. Now, my favourite hiding place is here in this glade. Why don't you try looking around for it? Okay. So he says look around all the brush. Could try leaping to the other bank, but if you slip, everyone's sure to hear the splash. To say nothing of soggy shoes. Okay. Look around some more. Well, this log. What, inside the log? Never choose a spot you can't easily get yourself out of. Too easy to be trapped inside. Okay. Up the tree. Can we do up the tree? No. Well, I'm trying to find places, but... I can see like a little pond or something like up here. Can I get through to it? Doesn't seem like it as far as I can tell. Let's talk to Dad again. Sorry, Hart, won't be getting any hints from me. Oh no! No hints! That sucks. So we can't get out of this area. So that's a good thing to know. That's that. You might think you're well hidden back there, but I can still see patches of violet through the leaves. Keep looking. Don't give up, Lyric. I know you'll find the perfect spot. Okay. Climb up the tree. Getting warmer. There she goes. I knew it would be the tree. I just had to find the right angle. Look at her little face. It's so cute. Well done. That low branch around the back makes a perfect foothold for climbing. And who would think to look for you up there? Of course, if they do climb up after, you'll need a quick plan of escape. Any brilliant ideas? I could climb down. I could jump down. I could jump down if someone was climbing up after me. I think that's what I would do. Well, aren't you brave? But yes, I'd have to agree. I think jumping is your best shot at a quick escape. Lyric Heart, I'd never force you to do this. Are you scared? A little scared. Of course she's going to be a little scared. I would have been a little scared. But I would have tried, because I would have tried to be brave. Even though I was secretly a bit scared inside. A little. It's a long way down from up here. It's okay to be scared, Heart. Even the bravest adventurers get scared sometimes on their journeys. The secret is having strong and loyal companions to draw courage from in the dark times. It's how every hero prevails in the end. Lucky as you are, you've got them in spades. Your mother would do anything for you. Your sister and your grandmother as well. And you, Dad. And of course you have me. See, I knew he'd say that. I'll always be here to catch you. Remember that, Heart. Whenever anyone says this to me, I'll always be here for you. They always die. Please don't die, Dad. Please buck the trend. Are you ready? Go! Oh, down. Had to jump. There we are. So yeah, just if any of you are looking at the controls there, because there was a down arrow underneath that hammer, it looked like you needed to press the down arrow. So that might be something that comes up later in the game, just in case you are stuck on that. Sometimes the controls can be a little, like, they kind of should be intuitive, but sometimes you can just be like, duh, anyway. You know, I do all the time. So, yeah. Just in case you were wondering about that. Okay, so there we are, Lyric. Inherited a fair bit of your mother's pluck, didn't you? You barely even hesitated. See, because I knew the controls straight away. Just don't go growing up too fast, will you? Your old man still likes to feel needed from time to time. Don't be silly, Dad. How could I stop myself from growing up? Well, isn't that the age-old question? If you ever find an answer, I hope you'll share it with the rest of us. Yeah, I'd like to know that one. Just stay this age. Don't get any older. That'd be great. Come now, Heart. It's time to head back to the village. Your mother must be wondering where we've been. Although I will say, getting older, there are advantages to it. You just don't know them until you get there. So that's why it's so scary. I'm going up to the inn to see if your mother needs any help. Join us there soon, Heart. I'm certain she'll have a task for you as well. Oh no, chores. Pyre Village. So we've got like a little notice board we can have a look at. Why does Nana bother putting up these notices? The only people who ever come to our village festivals already know about them. That's so sweet. Let's go have a chickens. Hello, let's go say hello to them. So adorable. I want to be friends with every baby animal in the world. Well, that's a good goal for life, I feel. Oh, is this my task? William, don't be nervous now, little Lyric. They're only curious. I'm a little nervous because, as I say, Lyric is not scared at owning up to her nervousness. She's not scared to say that she's sometimes a little scared of things. She's also a very honest girl. Their horns look pretty dangerous. They do, don't they? Lucky for us, Oryx horns are just for show. They use them to attract mates, and little else. It's a shame, really. They're perfectly gentle, harmless creatures, but those horns have made them a target for poachers for centuries. Well, that's sad. Here, go ahead and take this. It'll help you make fast friends. What's that? It's a root? That there is a dream root. It only grows here in these mountain woods, and the Oryx can't get enough of it. Looks like you've got a few takers already. To your left is a sunlight Oryx. You can tell from the sheen in her brown coat. Daybreak wool is the softest, warmest wool you'll ever find. On your other side's a moonlight Oryx. Their coats come in shades of black or white. But what's truly special about them is their milk. Midnight milk is known across the land for its rich and filling flavour. It's said you can live off it for weeks. I'm going to feed the sunlight Oryx. Because I'm more a day person than a night person. I'm a summer person rather than a winter person. I'm a daylight person rather than a moonlight person. I would say generally. So we're going to go with the sunlight Oryx. It's a shame that I can't feed both of them though. She was so happy to take it. But what about the others, Mr. William? Aren't they hungry? Don't you fret, little Lyric. I've got plenty of dream root to go around. Drag myself away from the calves in the barn to feed these beauties. Hand feeding an Oryx helps create a personal bond. Solly there won't be forgetting your generosity anytime soon. Oh, cute. It's important we treasure our friendship with these wondrous creatures. Sad truth is, there aren't many of them left. A particular diet with coin-hungry poachers make it hard for them to thrive anywhere but these mountains. In fact, these are likely some of the last domesticated Oryx in the entire realm. We've got to look after them with special care. No, Lyric is a tender-hearted little girl. She will think that's sad. That's so sad. I wonder if they get lonely. In a way, it's sad, yes, but it also makes each one of them more precious, more meaningful, a friend. That's how I try to see it, anyway. In any case, thanks for helping me out. Zolly thanks you too. And hope you'll be back soon with more dream roots. feel like this game's a giant personality test in a way. We'll chat to William again. Thank you for your help. Our Oryx friends need a lot of looking after. Need to go find my mum. She'll have tasks for me as well. Finley. Oh, hey, Lyric. Want to hear a hilarious joke I made up? Why did the airship crash into the ocean? Because the pilot was a tomato. Haha, get it? Tomatoes can't fly airships. Ha 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 ha. I love, like, really little kids when they have jokes like that and they think they're hilarious and they make no sense. It's quite funny. Right, Lyric understands that Finley is a younger brother and needs to be not told that's stupid. So I think she'll say that's hilarious. That's hilarious, Finn. A tomato would make a terrible pilot. Yeah, that's why the joke is so funny. I'm going to tell it to everyone in the village at dinner. Oh, maybe that was a bad choice. Oh well. Sorry, everyone else. I can't wait for dinner. I'm going to eat 10 plates of food. Oh, boys are so hungry. Is this Mom? There's washing. Okay, she might ask me to do that in a second. If not, I'll go check it out. Huh? Molly, if it isn't little Lyric. Heard you had quite the afternoon running around with my two boys. Got yourself in a right bit of mischief and all. That Kelsey could stand a lesson or two in manners if you ask me. Her folks will spoil her right rotten if they're not careful. Yeah, she seems a bit spoiled. Forgive me, dear. Forgot who I was talking to. But wait, you might be the perfect person to help me with something. Don't go frowning like that. It'll only take a moment. I know how precious your time is, young as you are. See, my husband and I have been working to fix up this raised bed for a new crop. We ran into a bit of a snag deciding what to plant. Miss Molly, what does this have to do with me? Have a little patience, would you, and get into that part. I'm leaning towards a beautiful flower garden. Imagine glancing out the farmhouse window and seeing some real colour blooming out here. William, on the other hand, reckons a herb garden would be best, for teas and salves and the like. The dull, practical choice. So then, after days of bickering, I suggested we should turn the decision over to someone with no horse in our race. You're as impartial as they come, little Lyric. What do you think? Take your time, even if there's only one clear choice. Okay, right. At the end of the day, Lyric is a little girl, and she likes pretty things. So, I think, as much as she's a very sensible girl, I want to give her some kind of, I don't want her to be all dull and dutiful and everything be about, like, doing the right thing. So I think she would like the flower garden. A flower garden would be so pretty. I think you should plant flowers. Lovely. I knew you'd come through for me, dear girl. Now I just need to mix and match the right varieties. And inform my beloved husband, of course. Haha. Hopefully I'm not going to desperately need herbs later on to, like, heal myself or something. Because then I could really regret that choice. But, you know, you've got to live with the consequences of your choices. Dunnet Farmhouse. Fresh. Homegrown produce. Available at our stall. So Dunnet was, I believe, little... what was his name? This guy. I'll find out his name now. Little Graham. Graham Dunnet. That's the one. There you are, Lyric. Hey, do you think Kelsey's folks let her have it for breaking that bottle? Probably not. They probably think it's our fault. Huh? I don't think so. Kelsey's parents let her get away with anything. Oh. Yeah, you're probably right. Why'd you let her take the blame anyway? I was trying to cover her. Because I had to tell the truth. Mum and Dad taught me to always be honest. I had to tell the truth. It wasn't a revenge thing. It was a genuine... I'm not going to let Graham take the fall for something you've done. Guess I can't blame you for that. I just didn't want Kelsey to be grounded from the festival or anything. I like hanging out, all of us together. Thanks, Graham. It's sweet of you for it's sweet of you looking out for us like that. Even if Kelsey doesn't appreciate it. Don't sweat it. You're embarrassing me. Anyway, I'll see you at dinner, Lyric. Should be a fun night. Right, let's, so what else have we not seen? There was a washing line, there's a market stall. So I take it Finley is actually Graham's little brother, not Lyric's little brother. Makes sense. Finn must have fallen into the river again. I wonder if Miss Molly ever gets tired of drying his clothes. I got into trouble when I was a kid once for swimming in the river because I decided just to swim in all my clothes and my trainers. Oops. Mum used to read me a poem about sunflowers every night before bed. I'm too old for that stuff now, though. However, with that whole in the river thing, you know the thing I was saying earlier about, you know, how friends always get you into trouble? That was my friend Leah. She was like, yeah, let's go swimming. Let's go in the river. And I was like, no, but I got like my clothes on. And she's like, it'll be fine. And I get home and get into trouble with my mum for swimming in the river. I know better about these things. My friends think it's funny to get me in trouble, though. The astral apothecary. Apothecary. Healing herbs, divine drafts, and special spices. That was a tongue twister that I wasn't expecting. I normally have to practice tongue twisters. Okay, so Isla says I'm not strong enough to draw water from the well. I bet I could if I tried. I just don't want to. Of course. The Blossom Boutique, only the finest garments and specialty apparel. I'm not going to really go in anywhere. I'm just going to find the inn and go see my mum, I think. Who's this then? This looks like possibly a grandma or some description. Elspeth. What don't mind me, dear. You know how your Nana likes to fuss over seating arrangements before a big village dinner? That is Nana. Is anyone special coming? Is anyone special planning to come tonight? Anyone special? My dear, the whole village will be in attendance, but I suppose you meant anyone out of the ordinary. I'd be most surprised if any of those adventurers at the end decided to join us. Too wrapped up in their own affairs, as usual. We're expecting Mr. Byrne, the guardsman who just moved into the old cabin on the cliff. Rumour has it, the two of you've met. I don't think he likes me very much, or my friends. There's plenty of time to make a second impression, dear. All the time in the world, if he decides to stay here in Pyre Light, that is. Anyway, dear, where would you prefer to sit? With your little friends as usual? Or will you charm us family members with your company? I'll sit with my family today. I don't know whether that's because I'm a person who doesn't see their family very often, but yeah. I'll sit with you and my parents this time. Maybe next to Isla. A pleasant surprise, I'll take that into account. Now go ahead, run along and play. Your Nana can handle the play settings. Okay, so is this the inn up here? What's this? Yeah, this is the inn. I'll go and see who was outside in just a second. That must be Lyric's mother. The Sleepy Dragon. I like that name. That's a good name. Caroline. There you are, Lyric. Your father said you wouldn't be far behind him. Been busy today, have you? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess. I was playing Heroes and Slimes with my friends. Well, you managed to arrive too late to help with the cooking, and too early to help dish up. You got your father's knack for timing. I'll be needing you and your sister to plate and serve dinner in a short while, but I'm afraid you'll have to keep yourself busy till then. Okay. Let's go see who's playing the piano. It's very beautiful.
Isla's my sister, but comparisons only flatter the one of us. She's older, for one, friendlier, cleverer, and far more talented. Oh, and very pretty. Cannot forget that. Nobody else ever did.
Oh, what a shame. I was always the eldest child, so... Oh gosh, she is pretty. Isla. Oh, hey Minnow. I wasn't sure I'd see you before dinner. Figured Dad would have put you to work after your little adventure. Huh? Does the whole village know about that already? What did you expect? Gossip moves fast when you can count your neighbours on both hands. Especially gossip about a new villager. Kelsey told her folks he was pretty nasty to you. Is that true? He was really mean. Yeah, he was really mean to us. He yelled a lot and told us to stay away from him from now on. Well, to be fair, it's not like he had a warm fireside welcome. First in town and Kelsey smashes his prized wine. Anyway, did you want to practice on the piano? Okay. Sure, I should practice that song you've been teaching me. Whenever you're ready. You remember the first new notes, don't you? The first few notes. New notes? Oh, I'm playing the piano. There you go. The notes are sounding good. But it looks like you still need to work on your hand placement. Here, why don't you shift over a bit? I'll fill in the harmony and we can play together. Watch my hands. I'm trying to get the timing right, but it's Oh, that's so cute. That's Isla's song. Your form's improving every day. I think you'll be better than me before too long. Maybe even better than Mum.
Huh?
I don't know. I can't even play both parts yet. Well, that's what practice is for, Minnow. You got to keep at it. And speaking of practice, I should get back to mine. I hope I can play that well someday. Such a pretty song. I haven't spoken to the cat. Even when it's warm outside, you never stray too far from the fireplace, do you, Stormy? Good kitty. Yeah. My cat, Tilly. In case you didn't know that my cat was Tilly, because if you've listened to anything on my channel, you know who Tilly is. But, yeah, Tilly, she, at the moment, because it's just getting into the autumn time, and it's still a little bit lighter and a little bit warmer in the conservatory than it is in the rest of the house. So she just goes in there all day. She loves it in there. Sleeping in there right now. If I looked out my window and down into the conservatory, I could see her. I bet you. Okay. So is this my dad? James, can't be distracted now, heart. Your old man falls off this stepladder. You're not getting back up anytime soon. I don't like being on ladders at all. And stars, do this washing... Sorry, and stars, do these windows need washing? Yes, they do. My windows need washing. I need to find a window cleaner to do that. So I don't have to go up a ladder. Warm beds and brews for weary travellers.
What's there to say of the sleepy dragon? Suppose most folks would mark it a humble inn on a little hill. But to my family, Mum and Dad, Nana, my sister and me, it was our castle, our livelihood,
Yeah.
my home.
Right, so where are we going now then? I mean, apparently I've got to amuse myself until dinner. What's up here then?
That view, oh that view. Even as a child, I knew how lucky I was to have it. Songbirds flitting across the sky, moonfish shimmering in the lake, and the most romantic sunsets a girl could dream of, steps away from our door. Long, lazy hours I spent soaking it all in.
So yeah, I'm wondering like how much of the story we're going to be given today, because we sit. Oh, just a lamp. It is episodic. It's early access, and this is just to kind of get an idea if there's any bugs that need squashing, that sort of thing at the moment. So that's why Wayward Prophet, he's just released this little chunk of it, and I don't know how much we're going to get. I'm hoping a good chunk of Lyric's childhood at least. Shall we try and go in some of the places now? This is the boutique, so let's have a little chat to whoever this is.
Ah.
Miles, oh, aren't you very nicely dressed? Did you need something, Lyric? Kelsey's playing outside if you're looking for our darling daughter. Oh, well, this makes sense. Thanks, Mr. Miles. Just poking around. But I'm sure her surname was Martin. Kelsey Martin. And that's Mr. Miles. It's interesting. So she maybe has her mother's surname? I wonder what Miss Eva is working on next. Probably something really pretty. Ah, so I'm guessing that... So would you be Eva Martin then? Or is Eva maybe Kelsey's sister? Lyric, sweet girl, are your shoes holding up? Last time I mended them, I didn't know you'd be wearing them gallivanting around the woods. Yes, thank you, Miss Eva. I really only have the one pair. Well, except for my fancy slippers. Is something wrong with your dress slippers? I would think a festival night like tonight would be the perfect occasion to show them off. I'll say they're uncomfortable. No, I'll say they're ugly. I think they're sort of ugly, Miss Eva. They're so pointy. Because I think she likes beautiful things. I've decided Lyric likes beautiful things. Even though she's a very honest and straightforward and sensible girl, she has this little thing where she likes things to be pretty. Ha! Well, no accounting for differences in taste, I suppose. That style has caught on like wildfire in the capital city. Go ahead and run along, sweet girl. I'll see what I can do about stitching you a new pair of slippers before the next festival. Wonderful. Oh, look at your cute dog. Oh, Cozy, you look even fluffier than usual today. Is there still a dog under all that fur? Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Okay, he's in the other room then. This Kelsey's room? This looks like it could be Kelsey's room.
Huh?
Kelsey really uses all these oils and perfumes? She does smell nice, but that seems like so much work. I don't see anything apparently in here that I can look at. Oh. Okay, social scoop. I really probably shouldn't be reading diaries. But we're gonna. For all the latest stories and styles. Prince Seth fosters newborn puppy. It's true, ladies, we have yet another reason to love Prince Sethel Nohansen Harris, I think. The Royal Dreamboat was recently spotted on one of his woodland hunts with a brand new spaniel puppy. As if we could swoon any harder. More adorable details inside. Hotter clothes for cooler days. Don't be distracted by the summertime sun. Autumn is right around the corner, and you don't want to be caught flaunting any outdated looks. Want to know what trends fashion designer Esther Swain is predicting for the fall? Find out inside. I can't believe she gets these delivered every single month. Who cares about these people? There's a lot of fashion magazines. Seems like that's all we want to know about Kelsey. So as I say, I can't quite tell whether Eva was the sister or the mother. She looks more the age of an older sister, honestly, though. I might meet her mother later, you never know. So I'm going to go back. It seems a little bit later now in the day. I'll go back and see whether my mother needs me help with the plating yet. Or whether there's other things I need to do and look at. I think I've done a fairly good job of looking around. Let's go talk to her. There we are. Ready to help dish up, Lyric? It's nearly time for dinner. I'm ready to help. I'm ready. I can't wait for dinner to start. I think I've spoken to most people.
Oh.
Happy to hear it. I knew I could count on you. Isla, loath as I am to pull you away from your music, it's time to dish up. Come help your sister. Now, it might look like there's plenty of food, but with the entire village coming to dinner, we can't afford to drop a single morsel, sorry. Aww, everyone's here. Well, I've only taken a few bites, but I have to say this meal already lives up to the occasion. Compliments to the chef. There's me and my mom. Well, Lyric and her mom and her dad. I'm not Lyric, I guess. And her sister. And her grandma. I don't know who that man is. Is that grandpa maybe? And then looks like we've got Kelsey over there possibly. With her, it looks like her mom and dad. And then Molly with her 2 sons. And then I don't know who, oh yeah, and there's that looked like old Lyric. I don't know who the people are on the other table though. Okay, anyway, we'll read the story. James, well, I've only taken a few bites, but I have to say, this meal already lives up to the occasion. Compliments to the chef. Donovan, I have to agree. Delicious as usual, Caroline. Caroline, you flatter me, gentlemen. It's nothing special, honestly. Maybe a bit more garlic in the potatoes than usual. Garlic is yum. A bit more? Call me old-fashioned, but I can hardly taste the vegetables under all these spices. You know, when your father used to make his signature mashed potatoes, he would just put the tiniest sprinkle of... I know, a sprinkle of thyme and a dash of rosemary. I'm using my own recipe here, not Dad's ancient one. And what's wrong with tradition? We have recipes that have been in the family longer than the sleepy dragon itself. Elspeth, I don't think your daughter's saying there's anything wrong with how Fergus used to make them. Psst. Hey, Lyric. Thanks for sitting at this table instead of with your friends. I can't imagine a more boring conversation. No problem. I didn't want you to get stuck listening to Mum and Nana bicker all by yourself. The culinary arts have come a long way since the Bronze Age, Mum. It isn't disrespectful to add a modern flair to an old dish. Culinary arts, pah! Globbing heaps of haphazard fixings on your plate until you can barely taste a thing. You whippersnappers simply don't appreciate... So Kelsey really broke into that man's house? He didn't look very friendly. I wonder what his deal is. I think that was meant to be quiet. I went in too. Actually, me and Kelsey went in there together. I think he used to be an adventurer. He had this big sword and everything. Whoa, really? That was pretty dangerous, Lyric, but also pretty cool. What's he doing in Pyreside then? Dunno. I don't think I want him here though. He looks so angry all the time. So it sounds as though we can all agree there's value in tradition as well as being open to new ideas? I certainly think so. Take blacksmithing, for example. We should give him a chance. He's probably got some dark, tragic secret in his past. You know how adventurers are. Speaking of...
The adventurers what passed through our village. Didn't care for them in those days. Didn't understand. In truth, they were heroes. Out braving the dangers of the world and making it safer for the rest of us. But through the eyes of a little girl, they were cold, arrogant, certainly not deserving of the care Mum and Dad showed them.
They're cold and arrogant for a reason. Back to your plates, ladies. You're gawking like you've never seen a rude adventurer before. They didn't even notice we were all sitting down to a village dinner. Imagine being that self-absorbed. Just their way, isn't it? It's nothing new. Certainly not. My own grandmother would go on and on to anyone who'd listen about how boorish and oblivious adventurers could be. Now, may I be excused? I want to see if my friends are done, so we can find a good spot to watch the Pyre Lights. You finished your dinner already? Stars above, you're going to choke if you eat any faster. What about your face sprouts? Lyric is definitely like me. Because I don't even like sprouts now. I ate most of them. Well, then you can watch most of the Pyre Lights before I send you up to bed, unless you'd rather finish your sprouts. Man. Okay, I'll finish them. Oh, this is so sweet. Everyone chatting around the village and playing and Heart. I'll tell you to be on your best behaviour, but I know you're already planning on it. Your mother and I are going to watch the lights with some of the other grown-ups. Well, we're going to be drinking. Stars, James. She knows what wine is. And why it's a drink for adults, don't you, Lyric? Yep, wine is what you drink with your friends that makes you all loud and annoying and laugh at jokes that aren't funny. Can't tell if that was sarcasm or not. She really is our daughter, isn't she? Well, she's mine at least. I've been meaning to tell you about a dashing adventurer I met around 9 years ago. Ow. Oh, that was a little bug there. That was meant to say Caroline, not Lyric, I think. Very funny, dashing or not, no adventurer could have peeled your eyes away from this handsome devil. What was that about sarcasm again? Have a good time, Lyric. We'll come find you in a few hours when it's time for bed. We love you, Heart. If you need anything, go bother your sister. Love you too, Dad. Go drink your wine. I will. I could make her into a really, like, precocious, lying little swine if I wanted to. Which is quite funny. But I don't think... That's not me. And it's not Lyric. Or my version of Lyric, anyway. Alright, let's go see my friends. Graham, hey Lyric, I hope you and Kelsey can still make up. Tonight won't be as much fun if we can't all enjoy it together. Let's go see Kelsey. Right, you. We can watch the Pyre Lights together, but I'm still mad at you. Mother wouldn't let me have any strawberry rhubarb pie. Oh, well, that's the worst of it, is it? At least she let you have dinner. Okay. I'm guessing we're going to watch the Pyre Lights then. Hey Finn, are you ready to watch the Pyre Lights? Yeah, I can't look at you because I don't want to miss it. You can stand next to me if you want though. Come on, Kels. Come on, Graham. So, where are they? I don't see anything. Be patient. Here they come. Oh. Well, that looks like a shadow of a giant, like, whale or something. Oh, gosh. Was that a plane bombing them or something? I'm not sure what that shadow was. Isla, Lyric, grab my hand this way now.
We came to know it as the shadow. It sounds mundane, doesn't it? Unassuming. None of us had any notion what it was or where it came from, which only deepened our fear of it.
Was it a dragon, maybe?
I know what comes after in most stories. Gathered up a party of misfit heroes and set off to vanquish evil, did I?
No.
I didn't. Never even left the village. Mine's a different sort of story, remember? Full of sadness and sentiment and people very precious to me, if not the great ballads.
They went to hide by the tree, the manor tree.
I lost a few of them that night. Mum and Dad both died in that first storm.
I knew it.
A handful of other folks besides. I can speak of it plainly now, but in the moment, well, it took ages to reassemble the shattered pieces of our lives, and things could never truly go back to the way they were. Yet, the shadow passed, and we lived on. What else could we do? What else can we ever?
Okay. So, out from the door, you played fair at Heroes and Slimes. You befriended the Sunlight Oryx. You returned Burns' necklace in person. You left Burns' necklace at the doorstep. So we didn't do that. We never found a shiny stone. You gave the dragonberry to Imelda, or you fed the dragonberry to the ducks. We never did any of those. We just kept it. To be continued. Oh, wow. And the next chapter will be released on October the 10th, 2019. And that really isn't very long at all. So, likelihood is by the time I've uploaded all of these, I'll probably split this into 2 or 3, maybe 4 chunks, depending on how it goes in editing, really. So I'll chop that into a few chunks and I'll show you guys it. And then we will go through the next chapter once it releases. So that's fantastic. So I hope you all really enjoyed this, because I thought that was a fantastic start. That was amazing. It was so it was really quite emotional, and I've got a lot of like big hopes for the rest of it based on that start. So that was really fantastic. Thank you for bringing that to us, Wayward Prophet. And as I say, join me around October the 10th for the next installment. So thank you very much, and keep being awesome. Hello everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Things I Missed the first time around playing a story beside. So the first thing I want to do is to go back through to Dad's old little place here. Oh, there we are. Because when I came through here, I noticed that there was a certain little thing that I probably should have picked up. I didn't remember to pick it up. I saw it just as the cutscene was coming in here. And that just here there was a shiny stone in the forest. How very, very exciting is that? Just doing the bits in the forest. So what's this? I've never seen this sort of stone before. Take the shiny stone. There we are, we've taken the shiny stone, so I'm going to be able to give that to a couple of people that I've never actually heard of. Interesting. So I'm going to head back out of here. Oh, Lyric, not bothered by the loud clanging, eh? Myself, I'll take the hammer on steel over the twins' constant bickering any day. They're at it to get inside. Had to step out, clear my head. Hard to believe those who shared a womb can't share so much as a toolbox these days. They do seem to fight a lot, all the time actually. Suppose it's just siblings being siblings, but then you and your sister get on like bread and butter, don't you? We sometimes fight. We do fight sometimes. She gets mad when I touch her things. Glad to hear it. You also look like the perfect saintly family from the outside, but I suppose we're all only human. Get along now, Lyric. Got to set those blades to cooling before dinner. Right, okay. So this is the smithy. So I missed all this stuff. Isaac, you're seriously still mad at me, Sestra, after all this time? You can sure hold on to a grudge. Oh, is this Isaac and Brianna? It's not a grudge. You leave my tools lying around all the time. The wrench was just one example. Oh, and Sestra and his little sister Blockhead were twins. Does it really? Okay, you caught me. I never paid much attention to Miss Prim's lessons. To be fair, I was the victim of some pretty intense bullying from one of the other students. We were homeschooled. I was the only other student. Yeah, and you were a huge bully, still are. So that's how you want to settle this, another bloody nose? Bring it on, Sestra. You can barely lift your hammer with those girly arms. Oh, hey there, Lyric. Welcome to Hilton Hammer. Reliable weapons and armor at affordable prices. How can we help? What was that about? What were you fighting about? It sounded serious. Actually, maybe you can settle it for us. You're a neutral third party. You'll be able to see right away my blockhead brother is wrong. My sweet, not at all screwy sister is mad because I occasionally borrow her backup toolbox while I'm working on a piece of the shop. And my brother thinks it's just nifty leaving my tools on whatever random table tickles his fancy, like they were his. And my sister thinks it's just swell getting furiously angry about it, even though she never ever needs the tools I borrow. So, what do you think? I think Isaac should take more care of other people's stuff. Even if it's an old toolbox, it still belongs to Brianna, and you should respect other people's things. Exactly, I knew I liked you, Lyric. I believe he shouldn't be leaving her stuff lying around. Well then, back to work. Yeah, back to work. So I can give one of them the shiny stone as well, I believe, so... Let's see. Thanks for siding with me, Lyric. I can't believe my blockhead brother sometimes. No respect for all my things. At all for my things, even. Ask about a shiny stone. I found this stone out in the woods today. Do you know what it is? Oh wow, Lyric, you found this. That's amazing. What you have is a pyre gem. They're incredibly rare. Only form when high amounts of residual pyre light condense in a particular spot. What does it do? That entirely depends on the craftsman who gets a hold of it. Pyre gems can be used to improve weapons, armor, augments, accessories. Listen, Lyric, I don't want to pressure you to give it up, but I could make a powerful piece of armor with that stone. Essentially, I'd break it down into fragments and work them into the design of a defensive bracer. Perfect for a rogue or ranger. Oh. So this actually might be more of a what do I want to be? Do I want to be a rogue or a ranger? Do I want to be a big fighter? Willing to part with your pyre gem? Oh, but either way, let's not mention this to my brother. He'd probably use it for something flashy and impractical. I'm not sure. I guess I'm not sure yet. No worries, like I said, I don't want to pressure you. Find his keepers after all. You go ahead and think it over. So I'll go back to her. I'll go to, I think this could matter about my alignments and things later on, possibly. It's not really about the tools, you know. Brianna doesn't care about the tools. She just gets so cranky and takes that out on me. Ask about the shiny stone. I found this stone out in the woods. Do you know anything about it? Whoa, really? That's a rare find, Lyric. It's called a pyre gem. You can probably guess from the name, but they only form in places where lots of pyre lights gather. Well, what's it used for? Oh, all kinds of things. Pyre gems are versatile. A good smith can craft them into weapons, armor, augments, accessories. That's entirely your call. But I can make an extremely valuable circlet with that stone. You know, a head accessory. The right buyer would pay a mountain of coins for something with that rare sheen. Something elegant and stylish. What do you think? Willing to give up your pyre gem? Okay. Oh, but either way, let's not mention this to my sister. She'd no doubt use it for something boring and practical. No, I think I'd prefer to have armor than money, I think. Okay, I'm going to give it to Brianna, I think. I was hoping he would maybe give a sword or something for a warrior or something like that, but I think this is what I'm going to go for. It's all yours. You can have it, Brianna. It's only a stone to me. Oh, Lyric, I could kiss you. I promise I'll make something good. The adventurer that ends up with this bracer is lucky you came by. Oh, I see. So I'm giving it to an adventurer. No, actually, I think that's a nice thing to do because you know what? That adventurer might be fighting for my village someday. I thought it was maybe armor for me, but then, of course, this is not a story where Lyric is ever going to be an adventurer, so that was a silly thing to think. Which one is Imelda? My grandma is Elspeth. I have not found anybody called Imelda yet. I'll have a look around in the inn. I may not have looked around there quite as much as I should have done. I spent a lot of time like playing the piano and things like that. Have I been in here yet? Seemingly not. Cabinet inventory. Oh, okay. There's all sorts of interesting things. Do all these elixirs and remedies really work? It'd be interesting to keep an eye on that. Hanging herbs by the fireplace helps dry them out quicker. Miss Imelda taught me that when I was little, so this is Imelda. And I am considering giving the berry to Imelda, and I'm hoping that I may get a pie from that. If I do, I might be able to give it to Kelsey, and she might forgive me and give me the necklace to give back. And that will be all three things then. Okay. Good afternoon, sweetheart, or is it evening already? When you get to my age, time just slips through your fingers. You're not that old. Poppycock, a little too polite for your own good you are. I've lived a very long life. Thank you very much. Very full life as well. If I brought the farm this very night, stars forgive the thought, I'd not have much to complain about on the path to paradise. Now then, sweetheart, anything I can do for you? These biscuits won't get to baking themselves. Offer her the dragonberry. How delightful did you find this in the forest? Rare to find one so perfectly ripe and so juicy. What a dear, always bringing me the berries you find on your little adventures. I'd like to return the favour this time, if I might. Truthfully, I can't take all the credit for the pies you and your little friends love so much. I'm simply following an old family recipe. I've always kept it a secret, but as Joseph and I never had any children of our own, well, I need to pass it down to someone, won't I? Melda's traditional dragonberry pie. Okay. Oh yum, I can bake my own dragonberry pies with this. Well, it's not as simple as you make it sound. A recipe isn't a magic spell, you know. You've got to work at it, perfect your practice over time. But keep at it, sweetheart, and I dare say your desserts will be the mouth-watering sort before you know it. You be sure to treasure that recipe. It's been in my family for generations, always a festival favourite. So the only thing I'm really not sure on at the moment is how to get that necklace back off Kelsey, if that is at all possible. Might not be possible with the way I've played though. And if that's the case, that's the case. Oh, Lyric, what a pleasant surprise. I was just on my way to ask my darling wife for a stroll. So many pretty sights this evening. Pyre Lights dancing in the tall grass and all that. Perhaps you would care to join us. Take a stroll. Why not? That sounds wonderful, Mr. Joseph. Thank you for the invitation. Such lovely manners. James and Caroline certainly have done right by you and your sister, haven't they? Give me a moment to fetch my dear wife, and another for her to fuss in front of the looking glass. I should be so delighted to have you along. Let's see where this goes. I got a recipe. What a perfect evening for a festival. Not a single cloud in the sky. And so many pyre lights already twinkling in the treetops, as if they're preparing for their big moment. Are you looking forward to tonight, Lyric? Surely your folks told you what to expect. Yeah, I remember. They told me there's going to be thousands of pyre lights. Mum said they all rise up over the lake together. Indeed they do. It's a mystical gathering that only happens once every 7 years, on the night of the summer solstice. Joseph and I have watched each and every one over the last 50 years, and it never fails to take our breath away. The origins of the festival are simply fascinating. It dates back centuries, when Queen Ambi still claimed rule over these lands. You must have come across the Queen in your studies, the most vile and wretched tyrant our realm has ever seen. Does such a charming young girl need to hear the story again, Joseph? I can handle it. I've read all sorts of fairy tales. Queen Ambi was no fairy tale child. She was regrettably real and horrifyingly cruel in her conquests. Wherever she would send her shadow army, tragedy and plague would follow, cursing and scarring the very land itself. Oh, that's interesting. Her army set on a chilling march across the northern plains, razing every village in their path. Eventually, when there was nowhere else to run, a small band of survivors fled into these very mountains. They were pursued by the Queen's shadow guard, forced to the very edges of these cliffs. A dire situation indeed. But they never lost hope. This is where things turn around. Dear, I was on a roll. But you're right, of course. Turning to the horizon, the surviving villagers did the only thing they could think to do. They prayed with all their hearts. They prayed to the sky and to the spirits of the friends and families they'd lost.
Huh?
prayed? What did that do? Well, at that moment, when it seemed their fates were sealed. A dazzling sea of pyre lights burst forth from the hills and valleys. All of the shadow guards vanished in a single moment. It said that in each pyre light shone the spirit of someone who'd fallen at the Queen's hands. Thousands and thousands of them. They'd gathered in a blaze of light and magic to force Queen Ambi from the mountains and offer sanctuary to those who lived on. Sorry, tripping over my words there. That was many years ago, but we still benefit from their blessing today. We owe so much to those gentle spirits. The enchanted glow of the dawn flowers, the rich soil that makes our gardens so bountiful. It's all thanks to their magic. That's why the festival's so lovely, a beautiful reminder, every 7 years, that the Pyre Lights are watching over us. Ahem. Speaking of the festival, why don't we head back up to the village? We wouldn't want to tire ourselves out too much. Thank you for joining us, Lyric. Such a pleasant stroll.